again. I'm your host, Dr. Sane, and I have brought you a chilling story of a woman who murdered once and then murdered again as she was paroled and let loose on society, unfortunately. Before we get into that, I need to inform you that if you're new around here, guys, that I cover true crime stories and also share other stories like celebrity news and interesting aspects of society. Stories I believe would be very exciting to share with you all. Please don't forget to leave a like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Guys, this story is quite graphic and violent, and viewer discretion is strongly recommended, and this is not for anybody under the age of 18. Let's get into it now. Andrew Bagby was born on 25th September 1973 in Kansas, USA, to David and Kurt as their only child. A very intelligent, vivacious, and good-natured kid, Andrew grew up with lots of love and guidance from his lovely parents, and he decided to take up a career looking after people who needed help. Andrew's mom was a nurse who took pride in her job, and she was known to be a very caring soul. She inspired Andrew to join the medical field, and he felt that helping people as a doctor would be the best career for him, as he was a very compassionate man. Andrew, as I told you before, a friendly, pleasant, and a popular young guy, got into a casual relationship with a medical student 12 years older than himself, while they were third-year medical students at Memorial University in Newfoundland in Canada in 1999. The woman he started the relationship with was twice divorced mother of 3, Dr. Shirley Turner. She had told him clearly that it was just a fling for her and that she was not looking for anything else. However, everyone had started to notice that she was a possessive woman and even bossy and seemed obsessed with him, and a lot of his friends really didn't like Shirley at all. They both graduated and went back home to America. And due to their jobs, they ended up living in different cities in the US, and the relationship became a long-distance one. Shirley was working in Iowa, and Andrew started work in a hospital in New York. She visited him every time she could, and she was possessive. It was obvious that she was trying to hang on to him, even though there were signs that Andrew was pulling back. She seemed to have changed her mind, that she wanted Andrew just to keep her entertained while at university, and that she did not want a serious relationship. She was now like a dog with a bone. However, Andrew was not interested in a serious relationship with her and was trying his best to ease off. However, Shirley was adamant to keep him. She was relentless, and Andrew was feeling the pressure. In October 2001, Andrew decided to tell her straight and firmly that this was over and that he was moving on. Shirley was becoming a pest by now and was forcing herself to events that Andrew was invited to, and pretended to everyone present at these events that they were still a couple. Andrew was totally helpless at her tenacious pursuing of him. Guys, this was an obsession, totally out of control, and dangerous too. Think of a stalker, guys. Andrew, the kind young man he was, tried over and over again to explain to Shirley, nicely and politely, that things were over between them. However, Shirley was not ready to take no for an answer. Her advances continued. She came knocking on his door uninvited and wanted to talk. Andrew agreed to talk to her one last time to make it clear to her that it was over. Now, this was November 5th, 2001. He obviously must have thought This is it. This time I will get back home and will be allowed to live in peace. Shirley will be gone from my life. However, Andrew never got back home. His bullet-riddled body was found the next day. Not only the 5 shots which showed an overkill, but also he had suffered blunt force trauma to his head. The viciousness and the brutality of the killing was obvious. It seemed very personal as well. Who would want this amiable, kind young doctor murdered? Shirley was top on the list, on the suspect list, I mean. Guys, she probably was the only suspect. It was quickly revealed to the police that Shirley had bought a gun of the same kind that killed Andrew. When questioned, she claimed she had bought it for protection and that she had lost it. Wow. Talk about blatant lying. Guys, she also had a false alibi that cracked into pieces as the police found out that she had visited Andrew that day. Feeling the heat, Shirley flew back to Newfoundland before the police had enough evidence to arrest her. Guys, fleeing a country after committing murder will not get the criminal off the hook. Once enough evidence was gathered, the Canadian police requested for Shirley to be extradited to the US. She had to go back to Canada to face the trial. In Canada, Shirley then revealed that she was pregnant with Andrew's child. Zachary Andrew Turner was born on July 18, 2002, and Andrew's parents won part custody of this beautiful baby boy, their first ever and only grandchild. The battle was nasty, guys, and as you can expect, as anything to do with Shirley would be nasty, as Shirley tried to stop the Turners from even seeing the baby. In November 2002, a judge ordered Shirley to be incarcerated. That was good, as she was locked up and the baby went to Andrew's parents. However, Shirley appealed and was released on bail. Guys, isn't it ridiculous to have bailed out a dangerous killer, obviously so vicious and so sick? She applied for custody of Zachary, and Kate and David had to give him back to Shirley, who was so jealous of his love for his grandparents. Guys, this super obsessive, disgusting woman was now obsessed over Zachary and showed a very unhealthy and toxic attachment to him. Remember, guys, she had 3 other kids too. The beautiful, kind people, Andrew's parents, knew one thing, that Shirley would be soon behind bars, and then they would get Zachary back so they could raise him with love and good direction and guidance and keep him away from the murderous, psychopathic Shirley so he would have a lovely, healthy upbringing. Now, guys, I need to also tell you that Shirley had a new romantic partner by then. But the moment the man had learned that she had been charged with murder of her ex-lover, he broke things off and asked her to keep away from him. What do you think, guys? She became a pest to him? Yes, she went past his home, driving around many times a day. She started her stalking behaviors. This creepy sick woman wouldn't let go. She lied to him that she was carrying his child. That didn't work. She took her insanity to a whole different level. She took Zachary and went to this guy's home and knocked and called out. He did not let her in. She left her car close to his home and walked to the nearby pier. She drugged little Zachary with Ativan and made him fall asleep. And she jumped off the cliff. Maybe she left the car near the man's house to implicate him in the crime? Probably. The two bodies were found the next day. The funeral of Zachary was a hugely emotional affair with over 400 people gathered there. Kate and David took his ashes and scattered them with Andrew's ashes. They had lost their only son and now their only grandchild. Guys, can you even begin to understand the devastation that Kate and David felt? No, I don't think so. They challenged the legal system, which they said was responsible for the loss of Zachary's life. Why was such a dangerous and unhinged woman let loose on bail? They pushed for new laws, so it wouldn't be easy for criminals to get out on bail and go on the rampage, killing more people. In 2011, a new bill was passed that now makes it more difficult, and the bail conditions are stricter now, thanks to the perseverance of Kate and David. Dear Zachary, A Letter to a Son About His Father is a 2008 American documentary film written, produced, edited, and directed by Kurt Kuenne, Andrew's best friend. Guys, I believe you should watch it as I did, and I liked it, and I really felt very emotional as well for this family. A critical consensus of the documentary reads, Dear Zachary is both a touching tribute to a fallen friend and a heart-wrenching account of justice gone astray, skillfully put to film with no emotion spared. I agree with that, guys, totally and completely. And with that, I say good night to you guys until I see you again real soon. Good night.